Hello.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up?
It is Monday.
It's that time again.
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 Oh, I'm so full, Tyrone.
Very full. Oh, Zaxby's.
Yes.
Zaxby's and that good old Zax snack.
Big Zax snack.
Big Zax snack, child. But what's the difference between the big Zax snack and the Zax snack? Ain't no toast.
The price. The price. Probably one don't come with toast. You're right.
Right. Well, hell, they didn't even butter the toast like I'm used to them buttering the toast.
Right.
Right. They just did like little strips of butter. Butter that toast.
Please butter the toast.
Please.
It's already
butter the
dry
toast.
and thick.
So thick. And for those of you who are just tuning in, we are talking about toast.
Yes, and Zaxby's in
That is what
particular.
we're talking about. Zaxby's toast. Child. I didn't get the butter right. But anyways.
Well, at least they get the service right this time. This time.
You know. It wasn't Chick-fil-A, but it's made with a little less hate.
Right, that part.
I
So we may have to, stick it out with Zaxby's and support.
don't know about that. I was real unhappy with that unbuttered toast. I'm still a little evil about that. But welcome. Come in. Tell your cousins, your uncles, your aunties,
Please.
more so your uncles, your daddies, thug daddies.
The zaddies.
Zaddies. And all in between.
Yes.
Your brothers, friends.
Don't want to leave nobody out.
Come in. Tell your Jack date, your Christian Mingle dates. Those of you who are still on A, tell them all, because it's Monday.
Okay. Come on for the rhyme.
Did he rhyme?
He kind of did. It was
Right.
a little flow.
Okay, cute. Let's put it on the t-shirt.
It is Monday, October the 14th.
Yes.
It is officially feeling like fall outside.
Very much so.
Thank goodness. I am still exhausted from the weekend, so I guess we need to talk about that.
Ooh, where do we start? There's so many angles.
So a lot happened over the weekend, and first of all, come in. Hello, it's Man Chat Monday.
Man
It's
Chat
Daniel.
Monday.
It's Tyrone. We're at It's the Men Engagement Network. Yeah, it feels like Monday at this point. It's been a long day. Y'all come relax, take off your shoes,
Relax your
talk
feet.
to us.
Just keep.
We got an hour to do a mental health check-in,
Yes.
which is the topic when we get to that point.
Yes. And I cannot wait to check in
Right.
with my bags. Because I got bags.
Uh-oh. So back to the weekend, though.
Mm-hmm.
It was long. It was here in Atlanta. It was Atlanta Pride weekend.
Yes, it was.
So before I get to mine, I'd much rather hear yours at this point.
Yeah, we had the same weekend. Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, this past weekend was Atlanta Pride. So there's Black Pride and then there's Atlanta Pride, which if you watched last week's video, then we've nicknamed it Inclusive Pride.
Cute.
But it was pretty like hectic. Not in a bad way. Like there was a little bit of everything there, literally. There were lots of tetas, titties. There were lots of just people you wouldn't like normally see out. Like if you didn't normally see them out, then they were out that weekend because it was like damn near the whole Atlanta was out at the park.
Yeah, especially on
Rain, sunshine, it was there through all of it, and we was there representing Ada Atlanta and Men Engagement Network at a table, handing out condoms and contraceptives and fanny packs and fans.
Everybody loved the fans.
Them fans. I don't love the fans.
I should have got mine. It's over there.
I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad.
I learned how to hit that flick of the wrist and get that fan popping. I'm about 5 years late from when Kenya was on the Housewives doing it, but
you see what happened to her? She got drugged.
Right, and right.
Use your fans responsibly.
Okay,
There
but
may
they
be a
were
Porsche
such a
around the
big
corner.
part of the weekend. Like people are in love with these fans here in the ATL at Pride events.
Yeah. They love their fans. Amongst other things. Shout out to all the organizations, all the entities that were a part of Pride. Thank you for what you do. It was a very cool, chill event, even with the like protesters, and it just kind of warmed my heart to see the people who were like forming a gate of like angels to block out all that like negative stuff. So it was a really positive event. No pun intended.
Mm.
We are a status inclusive network.
Right.
But yes.
Yeah.
So
Saturday was much better than Sunday. Sunday was rainy. It was cold. It was annoying.
it was wet.
It
And
was
not the good
wet.
kind of wet.
No.
No.
But the fashion at Pride is always very interesting to me.
Very interesting. And when you say fashion, do you mean the lack of clothing?
That. But the way in which people choose to go out, like some people literally have their whole bottom exposed.
Or their whole chest.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating, I'm jealous. Free
Right.
the nipple.
I mean, if I had the body like that and I was free enough to show it, sure I would. But I would still want to look cute. Sometimes it's just not cute.
Oh, I thought everybody was cute. I wish I had me some titties and some tassels. I would have been out there too. Like, woo! Pride.
Free.
Free the nipple. I'm team free the nipple.
But y'all at least look in the mirror and give it a, it's cute.
But that's enough body shaming.
Yes. Sorry.
JK.
Hey, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Tim says, hi, guys. Good luck tonight. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Hello. So, I'm like dragging.
You are
It's
dragging.
Monday evening, y'all.
Get it
Forgive me.
together.
But
You had fried
I'm just
chicken, you
thinking
should've had
about
a coffee.
Right. You're right. I should have. Might need to brew some while we on here. But anyway, Friday. My weekend started with Friday night going to the Prep for Pleasure event, and you came.
Mm-hmm.
It
Shout
was
out
cute.
to His Valuable and Bolton County.
It was cute.
It was very cute.
I like the art.
I love that they brought in, like, they made sure it was like black. And when we mention like, you know, our race, and when we mention like black men, it's not to say anything against anybody else, but we don't have a lot of opportunities to like, you know, shine our light on ourselves. So
Right.
it was awesome that they like centered that moment on like black artists, and not just black, but a lot of them were also queer.
Mhm.
And then also bringing it back to like, you know, conversations about PrEP, which is a resource that is out there and available to you.
That can, if used correctly, can be prevention.
Yes, if used correctly.
Safe prevention.
Yes.
Because people don't like condoms.
No, they don't like condoms. And disclaimer, PrEP does not protect you against anything other than HIV. So even if you're on PrEP, you still should wrap it up. But I'm not going to shame anyone who chooses not to.
Right.
But just know that you're at risk for other STIs.
Yes.
And other things, not just STIs. But yeah.
Well, on a more positive note, Tyler Perry opened his new studio right here in Atlanta.
Right here.
The only thing I didn't like about that was that I think my invitation, they must not have gotten my new address.
Sure.
Because, like, what the hell? I would have, oh my goodness, I would have passed out being there. All of the hot A-list celebrities were there. They got the stars at his studio. The studio is huge. The studio is amazing. I haven't even been. This is just all that I've seen.
And to anybody who doesn't understand why that's a
internet.
big deal, like most studios in the United States, people are like partnerships. Somebody's sponsoring something. Somebody else has some kind of weight or partial ownership. Like Tyler Perry owns his
Outright.
studio, like a black man, and then not just that, like he has one of the biggest studios in the country. Like it's my understanding, it's bigger than Warner Brothers. It's bigger than Disney. Like it's real deal. So that's why that's a big deal for anybody who doesn't get
It
it.
just makes my heart smile.
So much. I'm really excited for him and his wallet.
Yes.
And for the people that'll benefit from his like homeless shelter and
Right.
stuff.
For the housing the homeless LGBTQ plus. I thought that was amazing.
That's awesome. So
Shoot.
shout out to Tyler Perry and Medea and them.
So I'm gonna move out and just get in one of them houses they put on If Loving You Was Wrong, one of them shows.
Right.
That part. You gonna help me move when we get through recording. Tyler Perry, listen. Homeless, LGBTQ. Come on now. I need a 3-bedroom at least.
In the shelter, child?
Yes.
How are you gonna take these people's rooms?
Because he got like whole houses on his studio property. Like neighborhoods.
Okay, word.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get him one of those. Especially one of the ones if loving you was wrong. The house was cute and spacious. Oh, so anyway, this coming week we have a pretty huge endeavor that we're starting, and I'm gonna be by myself. But we should definitely take this time to tell them about our program that we'll be implementing this week called Bros.
Yes. So Bros is an acronym for Brothers Redefining Ourselves, and it is a support group for newly diagnosed HIV positive individuals who have been diagnosed within the last year, just to find some camaraderie and to have some reaffirmation that stigma doesn't define your status, and your status nor do stigma define you. That is up to you, you know, where your story goes beyond a new diagnosis. So this week's discussion is, I would be normally co-facilitating this with Daniel, but unfortunately I'm going to have to be out of state to handle some other stuff. But I know Daniel will hold it down.
Y'all send me good vibes.
This Wednesday, October 16th, 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 8 Atlanta, 1605 Peachtree Street. If you are interested, you can hit us in the DMs, in the inbox, or you can contact myself or Daniel via email, Tyrone, Tyrone.Pollard, POLLARD, at aidatlanta.org.
Daniel.Grier, GRIER, at aidatlanta.org.
Awesome. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Hello, AJ. And thank you.
Hi. Hey, AJ. What's up? What's going on?
He likes the dress behind me. Thank you.
Work. It's mine.
Somebody should have wore it during Pride, but I didn't think about it.
Yes,
So, we have that program starting this Wednesday. I'm really excited about that, though.
I'm very excited.
Y'all may not can read it on my face, but we have so many newly diagnosed individuals at the clinic, and I was kind of shocked they didn't already have something like this in place, but it will definitely be good for the mentorship, the camaraderie amongst men. I just really want us to start looking at ourselves and knowing that we are valuable and that we can move on from anything. We can overcome anything. And you'll be around people who have done that from all different stages and walks of their journey. So I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, speaking of support groups, a mental health check-in being is October the 14th. We are 2 months almost. I mean, it's 2 months left of the year is what I meant to say. 2.5 months left of the year. We're about to start 2020. Entering fall.
Jesus.
I know for me, I'm new to Atlanta, so it took me damn near 6 months to even get my footing to like, okay, this is how I can balance all these things. And I'm still trying to figure it out currently. Working a new job around all these different new personalities, being away from my child. Like, this has been some stressful.
And
some
throwing a
different types of
fashion
stress.
week.
And throwing a fashion week that is this weekend. But I can do it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
At the sake of my sanity, though, it seems like.
No, I mean, you're going to have, some moments where you're like, I want to throw this coffee mug at your face.
Right.
But first off, one, don't do that.
Okay.
But two, this too shall pass,
Yeah.
and you'll get through it. And I'm sure you've overcome worse. But it's just the price to pay in being a boss.
Very true.
And having things going. And we reposted a story from Laverne Cox earlier, I think last week on our page, where she was talking about coming into success in her 40s. And you know what? Sometimes it's like gay men, trans women, trans men, or just LGBTQ plus individuals. Like, it seems like sometimes we feel like we get a late start in our dreams because after we come out, like, we have to find ourselves all over again. Mm-hmm. So it's like we grow up twice. And, that requires, like, a lot of, like, mental health check-ins. Like, and sometimes, we need a buddy or somebody in our corner that's like, okay, stop. Hold on, have you done your check-in? I see you got a lot going on. You making some boss moves, but at what cost? Like, bro, sis, whomever,
Right.
stop a second. Let's check in with ourselves and let's take a breather and acknowledge everything that's going on before we move on and go back to killing the game. Like, so I thought it was interesting that Laverne had brought that up about getting her start at 40, because a lot of us, like, we have a lot of baggage to like shift through. And then even then, once we shift through that baggage, like, you're constantly picking up more. So, like, as a boss, as somebody who's throwing a whole fashion week, like, how do you deal with that? How do you stay on top of, like, being a gay male, a grown gay adult male with a child at that, with like entrepreneurship like going on? Like, Daniel is literally throwing together a whole fashion week, and this is how many? In how
This
many
is
years?
the third season.
This third
3
season.
years in a row.
In 3 years.
So, one way is you have to get a good team. And the team has always been, a team can really stress you out or they can really help. And so in the past, I've had to learn a lot of that. But this time I definitely see some things going a lot smoother because of the team and, knowing what people's strengths are, all that, yada, yada, yada. But the part about balancing all the other shit that I have to deal with is the part that I don't always, some shit just don't get done at the end of the day. Something is gonna just, I don't know, some shit hit the floor. And then you get up the next morning and you just try to balance it all over again. But it's really hard. And you have to have people around you that can even notice these changes. That's not just around you for the hype. That was something that I dealt with earlier on, but it's not something I so much have to deal with now. The part that I have to work on the most, I feel like, is making sure you eat, you breathe, you take care of yourself. You can only do what you can, and then to know that it's gonna work out how it's gonna work out regardless. So I've been breathing a lot more through it, but it's still other things that kind of you're always worried about in the back of your mind, like, am I gonna go down there and forget some shit here? Am I gonna get down there and have forgotten how something goes because it's in Birmingham, not in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm. So tell people what Magic City Fashion Week is. Like, what is it? What does it entail? Like, what pushed you to create this phenomenon?
So, I wasn't getting opportunities in fashion in Birmingham. And so there was an existing fashion week at the time that I had applied to a couple of times, just didn't get it for whatever reason. I thought, I must not be as good. Mm-hmm. So I went to one of their shows. And I was like, well, hell, it couldn't be because I wasn't good. It just must be they don't want to put my black ass on their runway. So I started getting opportunities in places like Nashville and things like that. And Nashville Fashion Week ended up being an amazing platform to be a part of. They put you in a really nice hotel. You always get to meet whoever they've invited into town that year. They just show this is the platform, one of the platforms that you want to get to. And so I was like, well, surely I can do something like this in Birmingham, being that I'm like a rising emerging designer. People know who I am. So I put it together not knowing half of the work that was going to go into it. Me and my design partner, Derek, we just like, oh yeah, we can do this, and we did it. The first year we had 4 big shows back to back to back. Tuesday was a show at this like historically black, well not black, but it's a historic department store. Someone has repurposed it and did all of that, and so we had a show there. Then we had a show at Belk the next night. Then we had a show at Macy's the next night, and then a big show of an emerging designer competition with 5 different designers competed. Then we had Raquel Smith and Ty Hunter hosted that. So we did all of that we started in May and the show happened in October of 2017. So that was a huge accomplishment. We set a standard. People were like, oh, wow.
So that's like 4 shows within 5 months?
Mm-hmm. But they were like, we did events leading up to that too, like Bloggers Night Out, Designers Night Out. We had to get people to figure out, this is what's new, this is what they're doing. They're doing all this fashion to put people of color on the runway, stylists, designers, all of that, and to highlight HIV awareness, which was something that we kind of overlooked, like, oh, that's not going to affect me. Or I had a gay cousin, he had it, but it just seemed so far away. And I wanted people to see a part of my journey as I was able to share it, yes, but that was even a struggle because I was like, I'm one of them people who I never wanted being gay to overshadow the work that I'm putting out and what I'm doing, or being HIV positive to overshadow that. Because when I became a dad at 23, it was, oh, he has this and he's not married, or he don't da da da. So I was just like, well, let me work on something that's just mine. I'm gonna hold on to it that way. But after my status, the growth with that, I felt like I needed to do this to let other young black men see, and boys in the city of Birmingham, that somebody can make it from here. Dressing Tamar for that show was a huge encourager. Getting to know Ty and Raquel was a huge encouragement. Some of the relationships that I've just made, period. Even in our second year, we invited Mondo from Project Runway to present, and we partnered with all these organizations and small businesses in Birmingham. So it's going really well. It's just always the financial factor of everything. You know, you have to, and I'm still figuring that part out. But even Mondo took some of our models to Texas to walk for him even after that. So stuff just continues to go on. So many people are working with, you know, I even have a girl now who's working with Raquel on a steady basis. So you've seen where people's career just went through the roof. It's just that black people weren't given those type of opportunities, or afforded those type of opportunities in the city. And so moving here, I literally got to where around May, when I would be really in the trenches of doing Fashion Week, I was waking up every day thinking about it. And I'm here with all types of stress, trying to make it home every 2 weeks to see my son, all of that. And this Fashion Week thing just keep waking me up. And I was like, it's time. So I remember speaking with Derek, and I'm just like, are we going to do this again? He like, hell no. I'm trying to figure out Atlanta. Hell no, I ain't about to, like, do all of that. So I said, God, I literally started praying about June. I said, God, if it's meant for you to do this, you will provide all the resources. And when I tell you, the team just kind of came together. AIDS Alabama is one of the sponsors. Alethea Houses came on to sponsor. The Inslee Venues are sponsors. Like, this thing is just continuing to just develop itself. Even the 2 designer winners from the past 2 seasons, they've dressed celebrities. They're like going out for Project Runway and all this stuff. So you see the value, and I just want to see black people win in general. That's something that just makes me happy as a person, period. So if I can play any type of part in that, like the ladies behind Nashville Fashion Week have done for me, then hey, it's a win already. And sure, there has been a lot of bullshit that have come with it too. Some black people, they like I even had, I reached out for some models at one point, and this guy was like, why didn't train these girls up to be, so you can take them and then pretend you did all the work? And I'm just like, that was one of them, when you say the N word, and then you like, I'm just trying to put these people on a level to win. And I'm not taking credit for this. I'm the first one to say, no, Tyrone did that, or whoever did that. We don't win by tooting our own horn all day. So people will start to think there's something wrong with that.
That's why I don't like. That's why I'm not the type of person, like, y'all see me apologize for a lot of stuff, and I really just be talking about what I've done, which is something that I need to like check myself about and check in about. But that's because I never want to make anything all about me. Like, I like to give credit where it's due, and at the end of the day, if this is about a project, it's about that project. And if I really did what I was supposed to do, you'll give me my 10s when you see my work.
Right.
I shouldn't have to tell you I'm that girl. You should be able to see that, you know, like, but a lot of people just, you know, they feel like they need to announce it. And to me, when you need to announce it, that tells me like, well, let me look a bit closer at your work. Is your work really together? Because that should speak for itself. And I it really resonated with me, a lot of the points that you were making. Because for people who don't know, like, I'm getting into entrepreneurship, but my entrepreneurship is starting like with myself, like as an artist. Like, I'm doing music, I'm working on a project, and I had like no idea like how much went into that until I started doing that. And then just like before, like making the mistake of, I think as like queer people, black people, like we have to be girlfriendy a lot in a lot of spaces. Like we have to like, oh, this is my friend and I want to go through this with my friend, just so we make sure that we're good and make sure that you're good. Like that you're not going to you're not going to the bathroom by yourself. I'm not going to the bathroom by myself. But there's some levels where you have to be like more intentional about like who you include, because I was including people on my projects who wasn't really passionate as I was, or who wasn't really in it because they were passionate. Like they was in it because they saw an opportunity that went back to their ego.
Yes,
and it's like, okay, that's not what this project is about. So I think like sometimes like our mental check-in needs to include like, okay, what energy am I surrounding myself with?
Yeah,
like,
that's so good.
Who else did I involve in this, and
Yes.
whose energy isn't affecting like my energy? Because it was like sometimes you just need a certain type of people around you, and you know what you need. And sometimes you need to tell somebody like, hey, look, I love you, but you can't go.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even have to tell them. Just leave.
Yeah.
And don't invite them.
Right.
And feel okay with that. Like, I feel like sometimes as queer people, we feel too indebted to our girlfriends, our guy friends, however you want to phrase it.
Because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I think
but your journey
we're so
is yours.
emotional when it comes to things like that. We're always worried about how somebody else gonna feel versus ourselves.
Are so and so gonna feel shaded? They gonna feel some type of way if I don't invite them, if I don't tell them, if I don't try to put them on the come up.
But
then you end up with a headache because you done gave them a task, and now they making you look bad because they ain't do it the way that you really needed it done. So sometimes your mental check-in needs to be like some like spring cleaning. Or I know it's fall, so fall cleaning, however you want to. Like, okay, who's here who doesn't need to be here? Who's here that needs some more boundaries put on them because you crossing over and I need you to step back. So like, how did you, as a queer person, like creating such a phenomenon, like we have to be very careful about who we reach out to, and sometimes we reach out and we just have to get burned and we just have to learn that lesson. So like, with all the other hands that had to come involved in this pot, like how did you go about deciding like who needs to be involved, who doesn't need to be involved?
I went merely off work ethic. People that I have seen either on Instagram or have not even directly worked with, but if I've seen your work and I'm like, damn, they consistent all the time. Those were the people I was going after. But in the first year, it was a lot of, will you just take a meeting with me? Let me ask you at least 5 questions. Like, we went in so many rooms where we couldn't afford any of these people's services and just begging them to get on the phone. And it was a lot of people in high places who just sat there and just kind of picked it apart. And that's what you needed them to do. As a business owner in a high seat, I need you to just look at what I'm doing, pick it apart, make me think how you would think looking at this from somebody who's 10, 15 years in the game. And that was very helpful.
Can we stop right there, though? Because I feel like that's a point that needs to be made. Because sometimes, especially with a lot of people in our community, like we done got so in this mindset where we had to boost our own heads up. Now, anytime we hear negativity, we immediately assume, oh, she throwing shade.
Yeah.
Oh, they trying to read. Oh, they trying to come for me. When sometimes somebody helping you is telling you that negative stuff.
Telling you
that
the real
somebody telling you the real tea.
Some shit that you don't want to
they're not trying to hurt you, but you need to know this, because when you walk out here in front of these other people and present whatever you got going on, they're going to notice.
Yeah.
They're going to notice that this ain't together.
Right.
And then you going to say, I'm fake, I'm phony.
Yeah.
When you get out there and these people tell you, and I didn't tell you.
But you have to know how you operate as a human being, too, because I promise you, it's so funny. I will read the hell out of you, and it also works the same with me. When somebody has sat there and read me, because I when you said that, I immediately felt myself at the W in downtown, getting read by the people from Project Runway in year 2. They was just looking at my stuff like, what is how you brought it here? Like, and you think you finna go where? Like, no, you got so much work to do, bro. Like, this is how I translate everything. Oh, God, get out of here and go work on your shit. And then this past time, it went totally different because I came with ideas. I came with, like, way more than just 1 or 2, 3 things. And I made it far enough for them to give me some real feedback again, because Bravo has the show now. But I'm just saying, it's through the negative, because I don't view it as negative. This is something that's going to help me. You're looking at this from an industry standpoint. My feelings ain't in that. You didn't say I was ugly, stupid, and dumb. You said this shit needs work, and it does. So I go out of there and I'm just like ready. It's like I got a damn checklist of things I got to go figure out before I see you again, because that part's not an option. But and it's funny because even some of the designers that's going to be in the show this weekend, I was asking them, do you send out surveys like after somebody purchases your product? Are you sending out a letter for feedback? And they're like, no. What? How do you know what's... People could get it and they be like, well, damn, I bought it, so I'm good, but it could use this, that, and the third, and I would buy again. That again is so important. Those again folks are loyal. And those are the ones you want to keep. Them first time buyers, they just kind of testing the waters.
And supporting, that's why I hate when people who starting their own stuff get mad because they friends and stuff ain't supporting. That's not even your customer base. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm just buying your stuff because, oh, Daniel's throwing a project, then I'm going to buy that one time and say I support it, and then boom, your business is not a business no more.
Right.
So why are y'all trying to sell to your friends and family? Apple ain't trying to do that.
They immediately think that's, and we all have been there. I've been there in the first couple of years. I was like, damn. Well, not in the first year. I didn't think that at all. I was just so thankful that anybody purchased anything. I was like, oh my God, you want me to do what? And it was, but in that, I guess when that part starts to kind of die down and you really seeing, is this a real business? Then you want your family, everybody to support you. But like you said, everybody's not meant to wear my clothes to wear whoever's clothes, and it has to be okay. I didn't start this business saying, let me dress my family and see how fly they can be. I mean, sure, I would love that. Support me. But I'm just saying, that's not my customer base. My customer base is somebody who likes bold custom streetwear. That's who my customer base is. And those are the people who I need to find and be trying to sell to and all of that. But I'm telling you, if you want to know who you truly are as a person, go down the road of entrepreneurship. It's going to show you that you pay your bills late. It's going to show you that you got a bad attitude. Whatever is in the hat, it's going to get shook out. And I mean, and you talk about therapy. People make fun of people who go to therapy. Shit, fuck that. I need therapy to even remain in this game.
I'm sure Bill Gates, Anna Wintour, Oprah Winfrey, I'm sure they go to therapy regularly.
Somebody said something very interesting to me.
Or some sort of
recently, but the reason
service.
They said the reason why black people don't necessarily succeed in business is because we're too emotional. We always worry about who don't like us. You know, why she shaking my hand? She don't really like me. People in business don't give a damn about that. As long as that transaction is going like this. And I'm having to reprogram my mind because I come from Birmingham. It's a small town. We always kind of worried about shit like that. It is not even something that you ask for. You can like hear your mom, your aunts, and the people like, why is she looking at me like that? Why her husband looking at me? And you just start to program that own shit into your own head. But I have to unlearn that. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. It's like, as long as you like these clothes and like this invoice and push pay
and sign
good.
where I need you to sign.
Listen, we good.
Listen, business will expose a lot.
It will.
Hey,
all
Jamie.
your weaknesses too.
Yes,
all of
it
them.
exposed to me that I wasn't being myself enough. Like
it will.
As an artist, like. It's so important to be authentic, and it was coming out to me because I was realizing, like, as somebody who has songs, who has like work that I have to perform, like I had to like ask myself, like, why don't I feel as connected, you know, to this product, and it was because I wasn't being enough of myself, and it was actually through my art and like this process with the music that I started to accept my identity as like non-binary, because stuff was just sounding. I was trying too hard to not teeter the fence, because you don't see a lot of, like, for lack of a better word, cunt black men. Like you see white people who have like some cunt representation and whatnot. So me as a black guy, I felt like, you know, oh, people ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for no soft ass little Twinkie cunt, you know, black boy to be in front of the camera, gyrating and
listen, with your
whatever.
I don't think I would ever get that from you. It would always be Butch something. It would not be just cut.
You know, so I just had to like really take ownership of like my identity and be like, you know what, like, this isn't for everybody to like. This is for who likes it and who's going to rock with it.
Somebody gonna
and
like
for me to get who's really supposed to come, like, I have to be who I'm really supposed to be.
Facts.
So, like, my business and my artwork, it forced me to like dive into myself in a way. It's like it forced me to do some mental check-ins to make sure I could have my bag right, and get my bag. Like, so like
Because the mental state has to
mental.
be right.
If your mental's
It
not
has to
right,
be
ain't
right.
nothing else gonna be right.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else gonna be right.
That's the powerhouse.
That is the powerhouse. So, who all? Let's see some comments.
So everybody's telling us, hey.
Hi.
Lots of people are joining in. So hey everybody.
Hey, so.
I feel like we're having a good ass
Hey,
conversation
Daniel.
about just self. So entrepreneurship is self exploration. It's self discovery. It's gonna definitely let you like. It makes me think: how did those people survive that were? This is how you're gonna be. You know, like a put out artist. They're gonna sing these type of songs. This is gonna be your look. Like, how could you really pour your heart into artistry like that?
And that makes sense. How like a lot of them people get burnt out because then it's
And
not a
groups fall
dream
apart.
anymore. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
a job.
Yeah.
You just clocking in, you know, and doing what somebody else tell you to do, and that's not the type of artist that I'm trying to be. Like, if that's the case, I would have been looking for somebody else to lead me instead of trying to start my own thing. Like,
Yeah.
So, but it's been a lot of work for this project. That's 6 songs, and you know, some people are like, oh,
Well, hell, the major artists ain't putting out but 5.
right.
Shit.
Child.
But I'm like, what's his name with the I? I hate to
Fetty
say it.
Wap?
Like, yes. I knew you was going to know him like that. I didn't know nothing else to say. Sorry, no offense. But he had that one song. And he said, I spent my last dimes on that song. So he kept putting it out. But that was when that song did good, that was going to be his financial backing for his next project.
Mm.
And I thought, as long as you have a plan, like I probably should be making one thing and making sure that shit pop, and then I worry about the rest of the shit. But like I don't know, just getting to like wanting so bad to get to a point to where I wake up and this is just how my day goes. I'm able to freely just flow from Daniel Greer to paint if I want to go speak somewhere if I wanted to. Hell, to just lay in the bed and write if I wanted to read if I wanted to. That's the type of life that I want to live, but these damn bills.
These damn bills.
They keep you doing shit
These
you don't want to
damn
do.
Bills. There's a lot of people doing some things they don't want to do right now to pay the bills.
Right.
And my hat goes off to you.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking about doing some things.
Okay.
So, I'm thinking about it hard.
But I don't even
OnlyFans.
Listen,
Here I come.
not OnlyFans. Living in Atlanta
No
kind of
shame.
forces you to be an entrepreneur on the side.
It forces you to out
Because
because
how the hell else you gonna make it?
how the hell else? Like, woo. Like, I got people being like, ooh, I wish I got paid, but you got paid. But
Well,
child, what I get paid still ain't enough, so
Baby,
you
they know
wishing
what
to
hell
still be
that
in the
is.
struggle, baby.
Okay. That part.
So, like, here, like, I mean, stuff, the prices is going up. Rent is going up. It's
Daily.
places across from Bulldogs, you could stay there for, what, 700, 800, and now she's, what, 3,000?
Oh wow.
Like, the stuff is going up and the pay's not going up. So Atlanta if you ain't never thought about branching off and doing some other things, Atlanta will make you think about that.
That's why everybody driving in Uber and live around here.
Yes, and those girls who can't get cars, they on OnlyFans.
Okay.
That's no
yeah, I
shame.
might have to start me one, but all y'all gonna see me doing is painting clothes.
Child,
I'm
as
gonna
long
have
as you ain't
that
paying
thing
nothing
set
else. On camera.
Right.
Mm.
Y'all ain't gonna catch me slipping like
Child,
that.
Make sure that water clear before you clock in.
Oh, Kurt. And he is
Child, 'cause
talking
what's
to
on the
general
internet?
public. It stays.
It
on the
stays on there.
Forever.
You gonna forever be known as Picasso.
Forever, ever. And not in a good way.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way, girls and boys. I need to get out of that habit. I'm sorry.
I'm saying
sorry.
girls.
I'm saying everybody is girls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Girls, we run this mother.
Well, so for those that missed it, I came out on National Coming Out Day, Friday. It's so funny because we all sat here and talked about it. It was like, come out, come out, come out. And so when I was in Birmingham, the AL.com reached out to me to do a part of the coming out story. And I would have been filmed, but I didn't think nothing of it. And it turned out so cute. I was so proud of myself.
That's awesome.
But shit, moving to Atlanta kind of forces you out because, like I said, look, bitch, I'm trying to pull everything out my bag. How can I survive?
Right. What I need to sell
Because-
t-shirts. I need
right.
to sell ass. What I gotta sell.
I'm accustomed to a certain type of life, and this ain't it. Child, I'm about to start fighting like they do on some of these reality shows. What I need to do? Who I need to fight? Who I need to slap?
Period. What storyline I need to come up with?
Right, I will lie. Okay.
For a check, yeah.
It's definitely getting to that point. Yes, a clear check.
It's getting to that point.
I need a check with an advance. Okay.
Right, but you know, before your check clears, you really gotta make sure your mind clear.
Yeah.
To go get a bag, like
I
to
like
go
that
get the
segue.
bag. Before you can clear a check, you need to clear your mind.
Because you're gonna blow it and end up in a worse situation, I'm sure.
In a
like
worse
all
situation.
these people that
Always
win
trying
the
to get out of the
lottery
hole.
and then they become drug addicts or something.
Right, because you was a drug addict before.
Right.
And because you
And
didn't
clear your
handle
mind.
that, you didn't clear your mind, God didn't clear your check. Child. And everything we saying sound funny, but it's real. It's real talk.
Yes,
like
yes,
we just talk the way that we talk, but it's real talk.
But it's
like,
funny.
Clear your mind so you can clear a check.
Okay.
And if you need help clearing your mind, please come see us at 8 Atlanta at 1605 Peachtree Street. We have behavioral health, we have prep resources, we have support groups. We have a number of resources meant to make it a little easier out here in these streets.
Yes. And just to be clear, I'm going to say some things that in my non-clocked in, talk. But it's so funny because my son, he was telling me some things about some of the kids at school. And I was thinking about how we see a lot of people still to this day who are like not open with themselves. They still bisexual or whatever. And I'm to the point now where I'm just like, fuck these folks. Like, if you ain't paying for nothing or taking care of nothing, like, fuck these folks. I'm sorry, but I'm not at the same time.
I feel
I
you.
got to be all the way me. I'm just going to keep pulling things out. That's why I'm like, people going to have a problem with whatever you do, no matter what it is. So you may as well live your whole best life. Like, live your best life, that's like a saying, but that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Live your best life. Whatever the hell you got to do to live it. Look, get you a therapist, honey. Get you some good friends. There is ways to...
If church do that for
through.
you, go to church.
Yes.
You know?
And it is better when you have somebody who can get it. Like when I talked to you about the life, the other life, trying to make some shit work outside of your 9 to 5 and all of that comes with that. You get it. And it helps to just have somebody who just gets it. They don't even have to have this big, grand response. Just, damn, I get it. This is my similar circumstance, and it helps you push through. And that's important because a lot of girls brown girls, the girls, they just don't have that camaraderie with other people who won't judge them. Because I've sat in so many circles with the girls in the style world, the fashion girls. They're so mean. They just sitting around, oh, well, she dried it up. I can't, I will cut your ass off.
I can't mess
do
with that.
it. No.
I even have friends like that. Friends like to where, I love you down, but I see where you're going, and I don't respect that space.
Right.
So there's that distance there, and sometimes it hurts, but it's like it's either you or me.
Exactly.
It's either you or it's
always
me.
choose.
And a healthy mind should always choose themselves, and to be selfish is not a bad thing. And going back to what you were saying earlier about having to be all of yourself, I was reading, for anybody who don't know, Pharrell is on the cover of GQ this month on the masculinity issue, and he was saying a lot of stuff about... Very much so. And we don't even know what your orientation is. We know you like women. But as far as his expression, and he made a lot of comments about that. Like, Pharrell is undeniably a fashion icon.
Yes.
And he just made comments that, a lot of his signature pieces, like him wearing Chanel. Granted, we try to give credit to what's the child name? Young Thug, for her Chanel purses and the Chanel bags and da-da-da-da. Pharrell was before that.
Yes.
And he said that, he just had to make a choice one day that, you know what, I don't care what other people are going to think. I think that Chanel looks dope on me, and I'm going to wear that Chanel, and I'm going to rock it the way I want to rock it because that's what I see for myself. And look at him. He's a fashion icon.
And he wear that shit well. So Pharrell can wear anything.
He can wear anything.
He can wear Call me. This would look so good on you.
I mean, no harm to Pharrell or his wife.
Okay. Look, these sleeves are detachable.
But don't let nobody tell you. If you feel like it look good on you, granted, sometimes you need to listen. You need to, because I had a friend who they wore these V-necks, and they always picked up a small, but I knew
Oh.
that they needed to be a large.
Oh.
And I was trying to tell them it wasn't no shade, but it's like, baby, that's not the best look for you.
Right.
You know, the small, I understand we all wish we could fit a small.
Right.
But sometimes our best bet is that medium or that large, you know. But she
It's
was
all about the
insistent
look.
on chasing the small. And unfortunately, like, those rips would chase down her shirt because that wasn't her size.
Them threes was hollering.
You know, so sometimes you need to listen and let things process and then go with, okay, yay or nay. You know, we can't be so quick to just, oh, she hating, or oh, she don't know what she talking about.
She mad.
You know, she mad.
No,
Everybody
maybe
swear everybody mad.
Right. Oh, obsessed.
Why
Not
everybody
the
so
case.
mad? You know, sometimes some people trying to help you.
Right.
You know, so.
Because
If I wear something that looking fool, please tell me.
No, we're going to go to the side and talk about it. Might be a text.
Child, if my breast stank, please tell me.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
my
what? Never mind.
What you should have
I was going to say, what do you do with somebody's birthday? Like, when it's just fake all the time, though.
Child, we just pull them to the side.
No, every time?
You
Like,
should pull them to the side that one
how
good
many
time.
times?
And after that, you have done your good deed, and whatever they choose to do after that, it's above you now.
Well, they've been above me, and it's killing me at the same time.
Drumming my pain.
With that breath. Yes.
Ah!
But anyway.
No, but you know, every now and then, when you're done doing a mental check for yourself, check on your friend.
And check on your breath.
Check on your friend. Are you feeling okay? I've been noticing your breath stink a little bit lately.
More often.
Do you have toothpaste? I got some Listerine for you,
You
girl.
know what? That's real.
You know,
we do need to
that's
do
a
stuff
real
like
friend.
that.
You
Yeah.
know, I had a friend one time, and I hate being that person that has to tell somebody about themselves because it just you never know how people gonna react. Is this child gonna jump off on me and tell me I'm hating? I'm trying it, but no, girl, you got something in your teeth, and I'm telling you because I love you.
Right.
Not because I'm hating. Because if I had something in my teeth, I want you to tell me.
Please tell me.
Please tell me.
Tell me, yes.
Please tell me.
Whew. Funny, but not. That's real.
This real stuff. This real stuff.
So,
Check on your girlfriends and your
and
boyfriends.
it's
and their
always
boyfriends.
good to have checkpoints too for
Mhm.
yourself. So I try to check in on myself. Really, I've noticed it needs to be done daily. Actually, just a random part of the day, like Daniel, you good, and have a moment. But for real though, like a check with everything, finances, friendship circles, all that.
Mhm.
Every quarter is good for that.
Mhm.
Miss Malik, Mother Malik Teal, with her mean ass, she said to those quarterly check-ins. And I thought, damn, this is so good. I'm going to start giving myself quarterly check-ins. Just like, where am I with my goals, with
Mhm.
everything, my living place, because I'm in the mood. It's rent too high. So, yeah.
Okay.
Where are you with that when you got to do this in 3 months? I need to check myself in with that.
Listen.
We can do a better job with those check-ins too and prepare ourselves for what's ahead if we could project.
Without getting anxious,
Something,
because
yeah.
some of us, like, we think about the future and we get anxious because we I gotta do this, I gotta have this done by then.
We're not
I gotta
prepared.
da.
That's why.
Handle what you can handle. You know, like, I found out I was getting so stressed about stuff that hadn't even happened.
Yeah.
That either hadn't happened yet or it's over. It's done with. Why are you still stressed about it? Let it go. You know, and do what you can do now today and what you can handle. And I had to tell myself, and sometimes I had to stop when I catch myself worrying and be like, okay, what's real about this? What can you tangibly do something about right now?
Yeah.
And are you going to do it?
Okay.
There go the real part. Some of us be like, okay, yeah, I could do this. But realistically, you know you're not going to do it. Then we need to make some room for that too. If you're not going to do it, that's a choice. And you have to make peace with your choices and with the consequences that come with that. You're going to say, okay, if I don't do this, that's not going to happen. If I do this, this is going to happen. Am I okay with option A? Or am I okay with option B? And once you pick, let it go. You know, and I'm talking to myself because I be having to make myself like, okay, that was what you chose to do.
Yeah.
Let it go now.
Yeah, because you
It's
have to
above
deal
you.
with the consequences
It's above you. That's what you
of
pick.
our actions. And it's
Yeah.
quite unfortunate sometimes, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But I feel like we could do a better job of being prepared for things, and that will make the burden less light, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes you
lighter.
need to sit back and realize, like, child, I'm smoking too much. I'm drinking too much. I'm going to American Deli too many times in a
Right.
week. You know, let that go. Da 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 da. Like sometimes the mental check-in looks like that. It's just like being real with yourself. Like, okay, child, you know you bought the 2-piece fish when you knew you should have bought one.
And if you can't be real and honest with yourself, how the hell you gonna take it from somebody else? So we really have to give ourselves a hard look over.
Over and over and over.
Then when somebody else try to read you, they can't because you already know everything for yourself.
Period.
I know my breath
Don't
stinks, so
nothing
you
make
can't
a
read me
girl
by my breath.
mad. Don't nothing make a girl mad like you already knowing what's up with you.
Right. Then you can just sit there, unbothered.
No, I already know.
Next.
But thank you so much for
Right.
caring, if that's what it was.
For pointing it
Sometimes
out.
people tell you what they care, but sometimes the girls are they're trying to find a dig. Sometimes, you know.
A lot of times. They be trying to find one, but they be trying it.
But when you're in touch with yourself and when you're in touch with your surroundings, then you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference when somebody being shady and when somebody's genuinely like, hey, no, that's not cute. You know,
Yeah.
you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference.
And a part of that mental health check-in too is to give yourself kudos for what you have accomplished
Boom!
in that previous time. So if I want to start smoking 1 pack a day, and if you've done that shit, clap for yourself.
And
take
don't
yourself
let
out
your
your damn
friends rain on your parade like, oh, so you ain't stopped smoking altogether.
Right.
So they
But
not
you
gonna
made
give you
progress.
no tens. But you know for you, smoking a pack less was a big step. If you know that, clap your hands to yourself. You don't need nobody to celebrate.
You're
with you.
right.
You
Kudos.
know, sometimes we think we
to
ain't
you.
done nothing because we let somebody else tell us about our journey. You don't even know where they are with what they supposed to be, you know, doing. But you letting them grade your progress. Like, no. If you know that was a lot for you, you celebrate it. Now, if you go and celebrate it with another pack of cigarettes, that's when you need to sit yourself down and say, self,
This was counterproductive.
what the hell am I doing?
Look, hashtag have your own goals.
And have your own back.
Okay.
Tierra Marie said in that ratchet ass song, No Daddy, to protect your neck, because ain't nobody gonna protect it like you.
Okay.
And that's facts.
It is.
That's facts.
We only got one life to live, child, and live your best life if you have not heard that 50 million times before.
What's up, Gerald?
Yes, Gerald. Hi. Sup. I ain't heard that in so long. Sup.
I feel like anytime I log in online on anything, that's all I hear.
Oh,
sup,
sup.
sup, sup. And if that's all I'm reading, I'm scrolling past it. But that's just me.
I guess we'll talk about that next time. So
Sometimes mental health check-ins look like not opening that message.
And deleting Jack off your phone is mental health check-in too.
Mm-hmm.
And Tinder.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you just need to go a while without anything. Any pools from the
Yeah,
outside
sometimes
world.
it's just as simple as changing the profile picture. Maybe your profile picture, maybe you getting what you getting because all you got is your cakes, you know, or just
and
abs.
wonder why they hitting you up for sex.
You know, here for friends only. Girl,
Girl,
stop.
bye. Good
Boy,
night.
bye.
Okay.
No, like
Close your phone.
no.
Lock
Close
your
your
phone.
legs to married men. But I'm just being silly. But like sometimes that's a mental check-in. Like if you know you're tired of the messages you're getting, maybe it's something you putting out there. You know, saying to yourself, well, you know what? I don't need my cakes in all 3 pictures. You know?
Not at all. For sure. Maybe the last one should be a surprise.
So,
like
you
that.
know, maybe
But
I
the
should
first
just say
one.
that for the privates, or maybe you know,
Yeah.
my profile picture should be my face, and then maybe you know I'll get less sups, and maybe I'll get a hey, how are you? You know, how's your day? What are you doing today? You know, sometimes a mental check-in looks like that, like. You know, why am I receiving what I'm receiving, and what can I do different to receive something else?
And you know what else helps you besides all of the pointers he just mentioned? If you make sure you look good.
That's my phone, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh, we have alarms going off.
It's
Listen,
That's actually my ringtone.
make sure you look good. It's about to be fall. Freshen up that wardrobe.
yeah.
Thrift. Change your style up. Look for some trend reports or something. Come, I'll send you an invoice to style you. Get your whole new look together. So
Yeah.
that's a part of a mental health check-in. It's a new season. Go ahead and pack up them summer clothes because summer ain't coming
Put them
back.
crop tops up. It's too cold.
Right. and get
It's
your winter
too
wardrobe out, get in the mirror, put some outfits together, and you'd be surprised having a glass of wine, listen to your favorite beats and bops. That can do a lot for you. I do it all the time when I be feeling down. I just say, you know what? Let me just walk around in the house with some crazy outfit on, listen to music, doing something I like to do. I've always been an only child, so you know you can only imagine what that's like.
Mm.
Either I'm making some clothes or I'm pretending I'm on stage, you know, stairs of my stage. You know, you just have to do what you got to do to make yourself feel good.
True.
And call in to work.
Listen, take that mental health
Take
day,
a day off.
even if they didn't authorize it.
Okay, like
don't
mental
get
health
fired.
days are important.
They're very important. Like sometimes you know, and you just know, like I can't do today. Especially if you don't go to your job and have an attitude and act like you don't want to do the job that you're supposed to do. Please do me a favor and stay at home. Because if I feel that, I'm going to tell you, girl, you should have stayed at home.
Right.
If you didn't want to come to work today.
Everybody off.
But I understand, you know, the bills have to be paid. You know, but, you know, they can't be paid if you get fired for not having good service.
Keep that sick time in the bank.
You know?
Until you need it.
Until you need it.
But
And don't just use it on pride when you want to stay.
When you
want to stay out the night before.
Y'all better stop calling off for work for that's after work.
Child, it's always there.
Right.
You ain't got to take no time off.
I don't take no time off for that.
No time. It's there.
No.
It's lingering. And it'll be there whenever you are ready.
I take my days off for my business and for mental health days and for my son, of course. Save them for that. But definitely do what makes you feel good. Enroll yourself in a class. Learn.
Yeah. There's so many free yoga. Like I love
oh my God.
Yoga is so rejuvenating to me. And there's so many free
I love yoga.
Like yoga classes. I know they do one in Piedmont Park. I think This Is Free Life sponsors a few free yoga events. The bakery has some yoga classes that are pretty accessible.
The
like
backyard always have stuff too.
Backyard.
Yeah, the Home Depot backyard, the Mercedes-Benz dome. They always got some type of
like
class
look you
for
up
free.
a free yoga in Atlanta, like
or meditate off
that.
YouTube, like I've done.
And they have like hiking trails, like getting reconnected with nature and stuff is like very rejuvenating, very centering, you know. And it to me, it gives me a space to like think about things without being like jittery.
Yeah.
With all this technology and all these other energies and stuff that we have around us most of the time. Like, it's good to just be outside with a group of chill people and, you know, just being allowed to, like, just be without all that extra stuff going on. So.
And, child, which one make you calm? The CBD oil?
Yeah.
Get you some CBD
Listen,
oil.
whatever that organization was at Pride this weekend with the CBD table, thank you very much. I am a fan, and let me know how I can be involved because
I still haven't tried that.
You should have.
No, I should have.
At Pride.
How did you get it?
I don't try. She had a table, and she was like, "The pre-roll is $10," and I was
Oh, it was candy or something.
It looked like weed.
Oh.
Like if you know what weed looks like, it was green and it was nuggety and stuff. But what I bought at the table, because I'm not talking about, before y'all go back telling folks, oh, he was on the Man Chat Monday talking about smoking weed. No, it was a CBD table in the park selling different stuff. Like what I bought was like pre-rolled, and it was like rolled up in a raw paper and whatnot, and I smoked it there. Since they were selling it there, I'm pretty sure you could smoke it there, and it had like maybe 0.2% THC and whatnot. But it was relaxing. It was relaxing. It took the edge off, you know, and it made me chill until we started realizing everything that we needed to do that wasn't done. But that's another thing that has nothing to do with those wonderful, magnificent CBD products. And if that organization somehow catches this video, please reach out to us, or at least just
sponsor us,
please,
so we can have more mental health check-ins. They'll probably be so calm.
So calm.
So this was fun. This was a fun episode. I don't know. What should we? Y'all should send us advice on what we should talk about for the
Yes, let us know what y'all want us to talk about.
We still haven't done one on dating apps, I don't think.
Why we ain't been done that?
I feel like we had talked about it, but we didn't talk about it. I don't know.
We need to talk about the apps.
So we got to talk about dating apps, especially now in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Because,
I don't know what else.
you know, cruising season is coming to a close. It's getting a little cold.
Right.
You
And
know,
most of us want to be in a relationship.
in a relationship or hoeing in the comfort of some central heat.
Right. A cuddle buddy. It's cuddle season.
Y'all killed me with that
Cuffing
cuddle crap.
season,
I
whatever.
can't stand no random
like to
ass
cuddle?
grown man.
Oh, no. I
It'd
don't
be
want
one
to be
thing
random.
if we got something going on, but then
Yeah.
you got hookups that hit you off talking about some less cuddle.
Cuddle.
Girl, that is not
Oh,
what
that's
you...
like a secret for let's then do something else.
I don't
Let's
like
make it
that.
hard.
I don't like that. Because if you say cuddle, to me, I'm thinking your big grown ass.
No,
talking
they
about,
like-
let's get up and cuddle.
They more so thinking let's cuddle until we get hard. That's what that's code for.
No, ma'am.
So we got to talk about dating. We need to do.
In cuffing season, clearly.
I think we should do more on entrepreneurship too,
Yeah.
because just focusing on that, and maybe we'll have someone else to tell us about their journey.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we should do. Have way more entrepreneurship talks, because we could benefit from that and network.
Yes.
Because ain't nobody trying to be talking about this a year from now. We still in the same spot.
Oh, hell no. Hell
Child,
no.
bye.
Child, the rent's still going up.
Okay.
We need to be talking about different problems.
Okay.
A year from now.
How are we gonna get ready for 2020 is what we need to talk about too in our new episode.
I don't even want to think.
I need to
I
be
gotta
writing
survive
stuff
Christmas. I gotta survive Christmas and Thanksgiving first. I couldn't even think about it 2020. And then hell, we gotta elect the damn president.
Oh,
Now
God.
this pumpkin up here doing all this crap. He should be really turning up this month. This his month.
Right.
Hmm?
But he wear that costume.
Oh, Jack
all
o' Lantern
year.
looking.
Well, it's been fun, guys.
It has been fun and it's been awesome. It's
Y'all
been
was
awesome.
tuned in. We're back. I felt like the two of us hadn't been on here in. It feel like a month, but I know it wasn't that long.
It feels like it. It really, really does. Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you, Tay Francis, for reacting and sharing. Thank you guys so much for the love.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
And we so look forward to seeing you guys next Monday for Man Chat Monday
Yeah.
with Daniel and Tyrone in our beautiful clothes in the studio.
Yes. and
Also, I
once
have to come back and tell
This
y'all
is
about
why.
the show.
Oh, yes.
So we
yes,
got to
yes.
put Tyrone in his dress and see, how that look. We'll post it to the page.
It's gonna be sickening.
Hopefully it's that short
It's
too.
gonna be sickening. I'm just have to wear some tight drawers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Show the legs,
Mhm.
hairy and all.
Yes, hairy and all.
All right, y'all. So until next time, peace out.
Peace out, A-Town down, or whatever the hell Usher was saying.
Yeah. Peace
Adios.
Out.
Ooh, well, turn the volume up. Arrivederci.